K-pop soul. What's good? Been a minute. It has been a minute. Hope everything's going well. Hope we prospering. Hope we out here. But you feel me? I don't know who's ever gonna see this, but whoever sees it was the right person to see it. So we about to speak. Just really felt called to talk on this one. And the overall message is trust the process. Trust the process. Everything gonna work out. Everything happens exactly why it was supposed to happen. Either good or bad, it ain't no such thing. It's only your intent. It's only your interpretation behind it and your intent on doing something. That's the good or bad. Yeah, I was looking back on old videos, especially the first one that I made, and it put me in a bit of a reflective state. Like there's no such thing as good or bad, you know? It might be a little bit painful, but it'll lead you to where you're supposed to be going next. And the only reason why I made that first video is because I was in the process of healing through a breakup, you feel me? And going through that, it led to me like, you know what? Let me just record myself just talking on these walks that I'm going on in the morning, because I'm having ideas, I'm having thoughts, and let me just let those ideas flow. You know, everything really happens for a reason. Trust the process. We all here for a reason. What that reason is up to you as the individual. And it don't mean you know. It doesn't mean you got the answer instantly. But it's the journey. It's a play. It's a movie. It's a video game. Whatever. You the main character. You the person. That's the director, playwright. You all that. You everything for your story. And it's all coming power of your mind, man. All it is, the reality you experiencing, it's a reflection of your inner thoughts. And I'm telling you this because I was going through a phase where I was all depressed, I was all sad, I was all down. And it was going through that, things seemed to be like getting worse and everything. And through that, I just had in my mind, you know, just take it day by day, while at the same time wanting to give up on everything, wanting to quit, feeling like things weren't enough, feeling like I wasn't enough, and all these type of deals. But wonderful thing about life, wonderful thing about this journey is that ultimately everything works out how it's supposed to. Everything works out how it's supposed to, you know? Maybe that time you're feeling down is you just needing a break. Maybe that time you're feeling like not enough is you figuring out that, hey, maybe what you're doing right now isn't really in alignment, you know? But it's all about internal reflection. It's all about just going and growing and, you know, just following whatever it is you think you are, whoever it is you think you are. That's really what it's about. And what I'm getting is that how you feel, pretty much a lot of the time, the better you feel about yourself is really how you resonating with your life path. Because from my personal experience, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I don't know what I'm really supposed to be doing here. I'm just going off of feelings, emotions, and, you know, hopefully I'm being guided by my higher self and all that. But if you're doing that and you're doing it with your best intentions, then the best results are going to happen. Like I said, made my first YouTube video in the not because of it, but just as something to do post the breakup. Cause I realized that I was the type put myself so much into it that I basically gave my power away, in the sense that I was putting my energy into something that was supposed to be within myself. And through that, the breakup awakened me to, hey, you wasn't being you. You wasn't being yourself. And it doesn't mean that like the breakup itself or anything was a bad thing. The whole thing was, the whole process were all things that I was supposed to go through within myself. And it's led to particular events like making a YouTube video, moving from the area I was in, which ended up being a great help for other endeavors that were going on in my life, and leading to a whole different path of growth and prosperity as an individual that I never would have been on if it weren't for that, And there's more than just a breakup, but heartbreak is a very big thing it's a very common theme in a lot of people's lives. But so I feel like that's a good foundational point to pull from, because a lot of people can relate to it. It's like you ever been in a relationship and you weren't like, you look back and you're like, man, I was not being my best self. I was not doing for my best. I was doing for another. And that was a big jolt for me. And now, since then, and that was going on 2 years ago. And a lot can happen over the course of 2 years. But bring it back to all of this, like the whole point is what I've learned through these 2 years is trusting the process. What I've learned is just like working on being my best self, working on being the best me I can be, working on figuring out who it is I am, what it is that I want from my life, what it is I want to do, the type of person I want to be. And going through those processes, can I tell you, because it's kind of like in school, when you're in school and you got an essay due. I was the type, I wasn't working on it till it was almost due. It wasn't, well, you get it done, work on it early so it's less work. Man, I was procrastinator out here. And I would wait until pretty much I was like, all right, I ain't got no more time to really be catting off on this. And then I really tap in and I do something great. But it's because I was in a tight spot and I was like, hey man, I am going to do this. But sometimes it takes a little pressure for you to like really do the things that's gonna help you evolve or help you get that thing accomplished. So sometimes a painful experience, quote unquote, is what you needed to readjust your mind to things that are more valuable to you for the long run of your life and your purpose and why you're here and everything. So one of the biggest things that I've learned through this is all of this is your mind. All of this is mental. All of this is just a reflection of how you're thinking. And if you love yourself and you're really working on getting to know yourself, you'll really tap in to your higher self or whatever you want to call it. And you'll really be like getting closer to figuring out what your purpose is. And when you feel like you're on your purpose, that's where you start being on some Book of Eli shit. And now you was blind and all that, but he knew what his mission was, and for that, he didn't get touched. Like he didn't, or he got shot and so, but nothing was stopping him from completing his whole mission. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when you tapping into yourself, when you figuring out who you are, and you trusting the process that everything you're doing is in the right path of you being your best self, even though it ain't gonna feel like it at times. Sometimes it's gonna feel like, man, am I doing enough? Am I being productive? Am I doing this? Yes, because life is about balance. You can't work all the time. You can't sleep all the time. It's balance. So you just trust that everything you're doing, every experience that you have is all leading to you being big son. It's all leading to you being your best self and being like the most ideal person that you are in your mission here. Because I totally believe that we signed up to be here, to have whatever experiences that we have in here, and to learn whatever it is we learning. And the guide on that is how you feel about it, to explore what you're interested in, explore what you like, and if it resonates with you, you go down that path. And then, everything is a school, so I feel like you don't want to stay in it permanently. You don't want to make it a religion. You don't want to stay in it forever. You want to learn as much as you can, and then learn as much stuff as you can. And through that, you'll build a bigger, you'll have a broader view of your world, and you'll be in a situation where you're walking in alignment with what you're passionate about, what you rock with. You get better at it, and it'll just create and beget more of that, more abundance, you feel me, for you in your life. So trust the process. Trust that everything that happens to you, whether you perceive it as negatively or positively, is something, is a lesson, is something for you to get you to your best version of yourself. So I felt called to make this video. Like I said before, I don't know who gonna see it, but whoever sees it was supposed to see it. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I say every time, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna do, but as I'm called to do them, I'm gonna do them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm abundant. I love anybody who sees this, and I hope this helps you in your path. All this is mine, and just perceive and go forth with faith, and go and learn, and go and be, and know that everything is working out for your best favor. All right, love.